Yeah, I'm just going to see if I can record this just for giggles. The phone may not work out, but I'm threading 5/8 24 thread just for giggles. A little burl on it. So I'm going to feed in on my compound. Now I got to wait a second for my dial to catch up here. You always start on the same number when you do an imperial. So cross feed back to 0. Feed in a little bit more. I can take a little bit deeper cut, not tremendously, but slightly. Wait for my number to roll around, engage. Oh yeah, that's wrinkling. I'm gonna run a few passes where it's at. Catching the spring out of it. Cross feed back to 0 so it comes back in. It's still cutting in the same exact spot. I don't have a nut to check this thread, but I'm going to carry it to my friend, let him check it once I think I have it done. And now it's not cutting very much. I have not fed in any, I'm just catching what that tool pushed off. It needs a little more. Those come in handy. Alright, next pass I can feed in. Back to 0. We feed in another 5. Dad, the big thing about threading is you wait till your number comes around. I always start on 5 on this lathe. You engage it and you watch it. When you do an imperial, the trick is, without a gutter, is to watch that tool tip. It takes some practice. So when you start out, the blanks I'm gonna make for you to check on, I'm recording it. I'm gonna put a gutter in. I'm gonna make you a handful of blanks when you get ready to start playing with threading. Okay. That way you've got a wide gutter to just let the tool stop. Then you can back it up until you get comfortable. But you run this back to 0 and you do all your feeding here. You're only cutting off one side of the thread.
Yeah.
So while you're feeding in, you're just cutting one side. Makes it a little easier on the tool.
What are you taking per cut?
5 thousandths. Yeah, I messed around and let it get past my number. So now I gotta wait, but that's fine. No, you don't get aggressive. Threading is like making love. You take your time. You know, you don't not get in a hurry. Now, some people run fast as heck, but I will if I need to, but I don't like to run because this is when you can kill the heck out of something. Should have put some oil on that. Ew, that looks kind of gritty. I should have oiled that. I'm going to run the same spot, but I'm going to oil it. Been one of the best things Dad's ever. Dad found these condiment jars, and we use those for cutting oil, and those are perfect. Yep. Now I gotta wait for my number again. I'm jabberjawing, not paying attention. So, yeah. Well. started in this trade, I was told being able to single point cut threads was the bread and butter of a machinist. And I believe it. Let's take a look at that. Like I said, without a thread gauge, I'm going to take one more tiny pass. And then I'm going to... She was like, up, door just slammed. Go slam the door. Now the ghost is getting pissed. It's slamming it over and over. I'll take one more tiny pass, and then I'm going to brush it and clean it up and part it off. Oh, that's cutting a pretty good little chip. I'm going to take a spring pass. When I say a spring pass, I'm just running the same exact position. I haven't changed some of this. I'm just running in the same spot to catch any tool deflection. Get my hand on the right dial. Alright, that looks pretty good. So, let's go ahead and speed this old darling up. I want to be in C range. See, where am I at there? That'll work. Get my file. Not pressing down hard, I'm just kind of letting it follow the grooves. Let me get my other file. My wire brush. So now there's one over there. Now we're going to part it off. Take a parting tool, but we're going to have to slow way down. We do not want to part at 400 RPMs. Let's go back up to A. We in A. So we want to go to A, D. Should be slow. That'll work. See which direction is my feed going here. Feed is going out. Don't want that. My feed to go in. Come on. There we go. We need to go a hair faster than that. That's a little low. Let's go to L. Let's see what that looks like. I can live with that. Not doing a set dimension, just gonna part it off and deburr it. Give it to my friend to check on his thing, see if this is the right size. A little too fast. A little too much feed, but this machine you have to change the gears to get a better feed rate. And I'm not going to take it apart, and I'm going to thread something else next, so I'll just do it by hand. Now, since I'm that far in, let me go ahead and deburr those edges there so that I don't have a sharp edge on that corner. there it is, a nicely threaded little test piece. I'll chamfer it and deburr it and all that fun stuff. So yeah, I'll go ahead and show y'all, pull you out of the lathe. Dad's over there piddling on something over there. Oh, he's making him a wrench rack. You making you a wrench rack?
Yeah.
Well, that'll work. Go with your nice little tool holder you made. I'll do that eventually. Except I'm gonna make mine out of metal. So, yeah. Ain't no other real updates around here. We're gonna get a wrench that fits this. Well, we know the size, but I'm gonna get a cheap 24 millimeter that I can cut down. We're gonna drill a hole through the center of this, put a washer to where this can't escape, but we could pull it out, turn it, relock it to get a better bite, and then move it out of the way and just have it up out of the way whenever we don't need it, so that we can really lock that down. So the other thing you got to figure out is how to take care of all this condensation. This building sweats real bad, and that sweat is hell on machine tools, because everything on this machine, I spray everything down with WD-40 every day, but after I get done, and I'm glad I do, because that just means, but that water just gets with that oil and just turns into milk. So, but I'll spray everything down before I leave today. So, here's what it is. But other than that, we're just been piddling. So, thanks for following along.